Good morning. This is Kelland on the go with all I need to know in news and weather as you begin your day.
Firefighters in Brown County faced strong winds while battling a blaze south of Mina over the weekend. The Brown County Office of Emergency Management says it happened around 5:15 yesterday afternoon. The Warner, Ipswich, and Aberdeen rural fire departments were called to the fire.
Crews arriving on scene found a garage engulfed in flames. Strong winds pushed the fire into the home. No one was hurt, and firefighters were able to save 2 pets. Investigators in Rapid City are looking into what sparked a fire east of town yesterday afternoon. Officials say it happened around 12:30 in the 700 block of Diamond Ridge Boulevard. Authorities shared these pictures of the scene.
The fire started on the back deck, burned into the attic, and through part of the roof. The Rapid City Fire Department says the fire was pushed by strong winds. No one was hurt.
Meanwhile, crews have stopped forward progress on a fire northeast of Pringle. The Flynn fire was first reported on Sunday and is 35 acres in size. Rockerville and Custer Volunteer Fire Department shared pictures from the scene. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
And a small fire shut down part of a Pennington County road Sunday morning. Pennington County Fire Service says it happened just before 7 a.m. in the 8800 block of Nemo Road. Doty, Black Hawk, and Johnson Siding volunteer fire departments were called to the scene. Authorities shared several pictures. In one, you can see a pole and power lines down. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly crash south of Brookings. It happened on Interstate 29 Friday afternoon when a northbound SUV crashed into the median before ending up in the Big Sioux River. Officers and bystanders pulled the driver from the vehicle to a nearby sandbar where EMTs pronounced the 56-year-old man dead. Investigators say he was not wearing a seatbelt. Now let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Scott Mudd. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, everybody. Warm day today, still above average, though slightly cooler than what we had yesterday. At least our winds will not be as strong. Let's go ahead and check the forecast for today. We'll have numbers in the 30s in north central and northwestern South Dakota, 40s and 50s for just about everybody else. And I think throughout much of this week, temperatures will remain above average. Just slight chances for precipitation. Brian Carstens will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A new music venue is coming to eastern South Dakota.
The former Parlor Ice Cream House location will soon become Trio Jazz Club, a new home for live music in downtown Sioux Falls. Around 46 seats are planned for the venue Tuesday through Saturday.
Music is such a central part of everything we do. We play only Italian music at Marabella. We have eclectic music at our wine bar and kitchen. Very kind of crooners at Bricks.
Tara Belsey says the plan is for it to open in June or July. Over the weekend, outdoor sports enthusiasts flocked to the National Pheasant Fest and Quail Classic in Sioux Falls. People and hunting dogs packed in the Denny Stanford Premier Center to check out what the vendors had to offer on Saturday.
It can be an eye-opening experience to newcomers who are unfamiliar with the economic impact that hunting and fishing have on South Dakota and surrounding states.
If you want to see how big events can get in the outdoor hunting and fishing industry, because a lot of people might not know just truly the scope of how big this industry is. It's not just a little niche of people around the area.
It's been 6 years since Sioux Falls last hosted Pheasant Fest. This year set a new attendance record for the event at just over 35,000 people. The Summit League men's basketball tournament bracket has been finalized and was finalized Sunday. SDSU is a top seed after posting a 12-4 conference mark, 2 games better than second place. The Jackrabbits will begin their quest for a championship Saturday night at 6 o'clock.
They'll face the winner of the USD Oral Roberts game, which will get the action started for the men on Friday night at 7. The semifinals are set for Monday, March 11 at 6 and 8:30, and the championship game is the following day, March 12 at 8:30. You can find the women's bracket right here on KELOLAND.com. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Carstens. Brian?
All right, our forecast update today as we look at the latest on Futurecast. Trying to recover into the 40s this afternoon for many of us. I think Sioux Falls still could jump back to close to 50, even with these clouds around in the forecast. Most of the radar returns here locally have been really fighting a lot of dry air. So We're more inclined to say most of the rainfall is going to go to our east. And as we look at the pattern getting into tonight, fairly dry conditions here for the most part, although we do see by tomorrow morning or late tonight a compact low pressure center. And there is just a little strip of snow in here. So I do want to leave the door open to that possibility tomorrow morning. And I want to get you caught off guard there in central South Dakota if we get a quick hit of snow in the morning. That could jump through Redfield and Gettysburg, maybe Mobridge, Aberdeen. I'd like to keep that conversation mainly to the west and northwest of Sioux Falls area, probably missing that. And then with that assumption in mind, we can really warm up. This time of year, you can expect that. These little subtle things can drift through. You could talk some snow in the morning in north central South Dakota, and the afternoon can bounce back in the 40s where we don't get a lot of snow, and even 50s. In Sioux Falls. So those are the variables on the table there for Tuesday. Wednesday could have a couple similar features, another little quick hit of moisture possibilities there for central and northern South Dakota. You overall, though, ride these temperatures into the 40s and near 50-degree levels today. That is certainly above the averages. Tonight, lows are mainly in the mid to upper 20s, and then that'll be cold enough to kick off that little snow-rain combo in the morning. But the afternoon high, we're still projecting close to 42 in Pierce. So the assumption right now is that would be pretty limited. Folks in Mobridge, you'll be just a little colder. You'll kind of linger that snow chance a little longer. How about the rest of our forecast? Well, Wednesday in Sioux Falls is at 53. Thursday, we do bring a little stronger front. Most of the rain on Thursday is expected to be south of us, but there should be at least some chance, and I want to keep that going. Friday, Saturday, a pullback in the mid-40s. No, that's not dramatic for mid-March. We kind of expect that. That's actually a near normal forecast. Aberdeen, same trends here. We cruise to close to 50 on Wednesday. Then that 20 to 30% chance of rain or snow in the forecast for Thursday. Northwest winds, you can expect temperatures will feel a little colder to wrap up the work week. Pier 2 will set back a little bit, but overall the trend is not to lock it in anything terribly cold here. And in fact, if we look at days 6 and 7, we're inclined to actually ratchet the numbers back up. That's already going on day 7 in Pier, and in Rapid City, it's also our warmest temperature. And I wouldn't be surprised if we actually go 60s at some point. Check out the details about that online at kettleland.com.